Part of the tape, now we've talked about the different systems, then we have a case history within that system. And now I'm going to be talking about that system and the case history and what I did via reflexology to persuade the body to biologically correct itself and to relax that area of the body to improve the nerve, blood, and lymphatic supply in this persuading of the body to biologically correct itself. With the case of Beverly, Beverly had the problem with the loss of hearing for the long length of time that she did, and she told you all about that in her case history. So when Beverly first came to me, I found a lot of swelling and extreme tenderness here in the ear area. So I put it into the sensory system problem. Now, of course, a reflexologist does all the systems of the body. It does the whole entire foot. We do not treat for a specific disorder, but we are allowed to remove the cause. So I went back and I really worked with the ears and the entire sensory system. In the case with Beverly, now with Beverly it was quite ironic because the area down here was extremely, extremely deep, and I had told her, I said, you have one of the deepest ear canal areas I've ever worked on, and just the very next day, Beverly, do you want to pass that on? The very next day she was mentioning this to someone, and whoever that person was.
Well, I laughed because I've had a series of CAT scans and MRIs over the years, and no one has told me there was any problem with the ear. The day after Raina had told me about this situation, a doctor called from the Eye and Ear Institute, and I had had an MRI taken. He commented that he would like another expanded vision of a certain area of my foot. And I said, why is that? And he said, well, this is the deepest cochlear aqueduct I've ever seen. And I just started laughing. And he said, why would you laugh over that? I said, it's a very long story, but I thought it was absolutely amazing that in touching my feet one time, this was obvious to Raina. And in a series of 20 years of tests, this has never been detected up until this point. So I thought it was a very incredible situation, confirmed medically the next day.
And it was so extremely deep, so it was an area to catch more and to retain fluid more than most other areas. Yeah. And of course I really, really concentrated on the ear area and the auditory nerve that went to the brain. And all I know is, even if the hearing did not get restored, but with Beverly's case it definitely did, the ears are more important than just for hearing. It just controls the entire equilibrium of the body. So I wanted to milk the area and try and get that fluid resorbed back into the bloodstream so that she at least had the balance. Her balance and the dizziness and the vertigo was also a very, very major concern to Beverly. She just was not feeling very well at all when she had first come into me. Plus the fact that she had the arthritis and the rheumatism. These lumps in her feet were extremely large, and in her wrist areas, if you just want to show your wrist areas, the lumps now have stayed down. She no longer takes any gold pills.
This wrist had a lump on it that was probably the size of a golf ball. Mm-hmm. At one point, the rheumatologist that I go to drained it, injected it with cortisone, and told me, this is going to come back. This is really a temporary situation. We believe that this will come back. It never has. So that was an incredible improvement. He doesn't understand why it hasn't come back, but Raina and I do.
Well, again, something was out of balance. And I relaxed the area, just kept relaxing and working on those reflexes that are formed by those nerve endings, and kept relaxing those areas, stimulating those reflex areas. And by doing this stimulation, I relaxed the area. Reflexology is a highly specialized, specific relaxer, and by doing this, I improved the nerve, blood, and lymphatic supply to those areas, and I persuaded your body to biologically correct itself. So Beverly's case history comes under the sensory system problem, and as you well know through her case history, that she's hearing very, very well, and her doctors are extremely impressed with her progress, and they want to know everything about reflexology there is to know. And I want to thank those doctors here on camera for their cooperation and for giving credit where credit is due.